Everybody, I'm Tony Fleming from Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Thank you for joining me on the beginning of muscle cars, right? You say, well, Tony, what does that actually mean, the beginning of muscle cars? I say, well, they say that the father of the muscle car, John DeLorean, gave us this GTO, and maybe it's true, maybe the 57 with fuel injection, the Bel Air, I don't know, whatever. The truth of the matter is, when you say these words in your mouth to anybody who likes cars, they love this. 66 GTO tri-power 4-speed convertible. How you do it, right? In great color combinations, fabulous looking, just paint, interior, the red line tires, like all this stuff. And then all the time people say to me, Tone, wow, that's a great looking car. But a lot of times we don't know why it's a great looking car. We're going to spend a little time looking at some of the style, some of what's been put into a car to make it good looking as well. And then how do we restore it? How did it get back to its originality? And why should it be for you? All right, so we're talking about the things that make a car great looking. So for instance, this is a correct L-coated turquoise metallic paint, and it is way nicer than it came from the factory, and I'm gonna show you why and how you can tell a paint. We're gonna have a little paint lesson today as well. And then secondly, some things here. So for instance, like some of it's standard, some of it's upgraded. Let's talk about that real quick. So the GTO call out on the side has a checkered flag with the red ribbon running through it, right? Gran Turismo Omologato. Most people don't know what GTO stands for, which is kind of cool to know exactly what that is. And then these Rally 1 wheels are cool because the Rally 2s are nice looking, but they made them for so long, right? Here they're great. And these are Redline radials. Why is that important? Well, this car would originally come with Redline bias ply tires, okay? Which if you've driven on Redline bias ply tires, they're great looking, but they don't drive so good. Radial tires are one of the best inventions that ever happened to these cars. The 66s are different than the 65s. Almost virtually everywhere, right? There's different panels and none of them are really interchangeable. But that scoop on the front says GTO. The look of this car says GTO. The fact that you could take another couple to dinner, the kids in a full-size car like this is a lot of fun. Lastly, if you're going to go to a car show, maybe Cars on Coffee, something like that, and you pull up, you want this car to shine. And let me show you what I mean by that. So come on up here and let's check this color here. What I want you to do is when you're looking at the paint, don't look at the paint. You say, Tony, you just said look at the paint, don't look at the paint. What I mean by that is don't look at the paint, look what's in the paint. Meaning, can you see the ceiling on here? Can you see the font that's in this, this type here? Look how clear everything is. You can see all that stuff in there. Why? Because the crisper the paint is, the better you can read things. The duller the paint is, the less readable it is. And that's, my friends, is your paint lesson for today. All right, so we have two types of people who buy these cars. Ones that just want a cool car and drive them around, and other people would like to go to some shows, Cars and Coffee, whatever. I want you to be able to do whatever you want. Both of those are perfectly acceptable, and they're great. If you want to go to a Cars and Coffee, I want you, when you open the hood, the people come over and go, wow, that's amazing. No, it's so rare to see 3 two-barrel carburetors on any car, right? That's a lot of carburation. But it makes this car run well, it looks good, then you throw in the battery topper, you throw in power brakes, right? This OptiClean bottle right here is correct. You say, well, Tom, what is that thing exactly? Because a lot of people don't know what that is. Well, this actually is an extra bottle of washer fluid that you'd pour in the tank, okay, if you ran out. And here they found a place to put it from the factory, right? And that's been here. New hood liner, decals, like this little stuff is what makes back to my original point was, wow, that's a great looking car or a great looking engine, but we don't really know why, right? This is painted, it's detailed, it has correct valve covers, all that stuff looks really, really nice. I say this is a great car if you want to take it to a car show. All right, so the 66 is a different rear, okay, than the 67s and 65. That's how you can tell them apart really quickly. But we do have the correct looking exhaust. We have new bumpers, we have new taillight bezels, we have new emblems, we have stainless trim in here. Little things like, may not seem like a big deal to you that that this here is detailed, but I'll tell you why it's a big deal. If you want to go to a car show, right, you could open the hood and the trunk and show this off. Why? Well, because first off, this has the plaid mats in here, the way it would have come from the factory. It has the jacking instructions inside here. This has all been buffed and polished, new weather stripping and what have you here. But more importantly, if you wanted to go away for the weekend, look at this trunk. You could throw some luggage in there, some bags. Can you imagine like going to a winery or something like that with another couple or friends, or even going away for the weekend, being able to use the trunk and drive this car to go someplace? you would be, it would be so different than what you're used to, maybe driving your regular daily driver. And I think that that makes these cars so much fun, the fact that you could use it. Matter of fact, it was probably somebody's daily driver back in the day. All right, so you decided today to drive your car to work. And you're like, man, it's 4 o'clock, it's Friday. You know what? I'm out of here. Boss, I got to roll. I'll see you later. You know what you do? You jump in your car and you turn off the feed. And you say, well, what is the feed, Tom? What's the feed? Feed the gas? Feed the throttle? What? No, the feed, the phone feed. Email, text messages, social media, boss messages, all that stuff coming in, all the noise, right? And you get in, you get in what I call your therapy machine. What does that mean? Well, because I'm smiling right now, you can understand. You get in these cars and you start it and it makes a rumble that's different than anything else you're used to driving, right? Let's get inside here and I'll show you exactly what I mean, because that's where you're going to spend most of your time. All right, so the great thing about this here is we can carry 5 people comfortably in this car, or another couple, or take the kids somewhere. Can you imagine how much dinner would taste differently going to the restaurant here where the valet pulls the car in front and pushes the Porsche around the side? Because this they don't ever see, right? They don't ever see these. And these are full-size cars, which is kind of nice as well, right? You can find yourself all kinds of room in here. Lastly, let's run down what you're getting. You're getting this beautiful parchment interior, great color combination. Got the original AM stereo there. You got a full array of gauges that are here, right? You have these additional gauges here too. Now here's a couple changes you can make. They make a tack that goes inside the dash. You don't have to have this here if you don't want it, okay? We could get a factory tack to put in there. Those gauges we could hook up to what's in there. You don't have to have those things there. Some people don't like that stuff. I'd like to let you know you can make some changes on this car. If you see something that you don't like on here, just ask us about it. We do this stuff all the time. Lastly, look what's there. Already done, already done. I said lastly, but I'm saying lastly, with probably another lastly coming as well, but a hidden sound system there, all right? So that you keep this dash looking kind of cool. Like, think about that for a second. This is a 66 dash, right? We don't want it so digitized with all of the modern stuff in here. We want it to be a little bit old school because the steering wheel is so great. The 3-spoke with the wood, the console's an option. This right here is just so nice. When those 6 barrels open up, right, and you're on the gas and you click it into second and you click it into third, and those 6 barrels are still dumping fuel in there. Exhaust is coming out the back, hair's everywhere. Well, maybe you got hair, I got nothing, so you know what I'm saying. Anyway, my point is this is a game changer when it comes to fun, therapy, and a change in your day. All right, so we talked about a lot of things here. I want to close up the video with just some simple stuff. Just simple stuff. Great colors, great colors. $389, tri-power, 4-speed setup in the car, right? That's a setup that's in there. Is it 389 cubic inches anymore? Probably not. It's probably bigger than that now. Probably bigger than that now because this car goes really well. It sounds good too. And then you throw in this metallic paint with a white bucket seat interior, the fact you can take some people with you, the power convertible top that goes down, the red lines, like all of these things come together to make this, right? This is like some of the best dishes that you could get at a restaurant or the best cake you ever had. This is exactly what this car is right here. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about this cool 66 GTO convertible. And if you don't mind, hit the like button down below there. It helps get our message out. I really appreciate that. Share it with your friends. They might like to see some of the content that we have too. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We have new stuff coming out all the time. All right, and I'll see you on the test drive.